Yeah, no peeps. Groundhog Day. Thousands of people putting their wraps on,
waiting to worship
a wrap. All right, guys.
Weatherman Bill Connors.
Here we are. A couple of things. This is installment number 3, so I'll show you how I work it out. I've got to finish up, haven't I? Because I actually don't know what to say, because I joke about this. Yeah, you're not intelligent enough to realise that you're not intelligent enough to understand the science. But there's a dark side to this, guys. A very dark side. Also, something else that's very strange is they've censored me for 48 hours, right? And in the last couple of days, I have gone into the tens of thousands of views, right? Do not ask me, right? I do not know what's going on. They're either fake, I'm getting set up just to think that I'm getting all those views, or I am getting all those views. And if I'm getting all of those views straight after I was censored, something's changed, isn't it? Obviously, because I was struggling sometimes just to get the shadow ban off of me. I know you can feel it, right? So I have no idea what's going on. Number 2, the amount of comments, right? This last one about the lasers going up to the orbiter. The amount of comments, right, towards the end, people saying arrogant attitude. I tell you what, right? When I start one of these things, I would have come on and I would have said, that's horseradish. Common sense is enough to work this one out. I don't start off with any attitude whatsoever. Within 30 minutes, you have a look and see the amount of abuse I get off of you, the same people, right? You conspiracy theories, Dunning-Kruger, freaking this, freaking that, bang, bang, bang. Now, look, I'm good for a while, but then I'll give as good as I get, plus some. I love it. I love the banter. I love the banter. We're not allowed anymore. They've taken it away from us. Sticks and stones could break my bones, but words will never hurt me. It's good to have a good scrap. But they took it away, didn't they? And what I have noticed is you guys are allowed to say things to me that I'm not allowed to say to you. So when you say I've got this attitude, I come across arrogant, I've been doing this, swimming against the tide for over, properly, 2 years. But even before that, I've always been swimming against the tide, so I do, right? So I do apologise to people. If somebody says, hey, that was uncalled for, I go into a frenzy, right? I answer hundreds of messages over the last couple of days on this laser thing alone, and then a couple of some ones that pop in. So you'll have to excuse me if I sometimes get a little bit testy, but it's you guys that make me testy. I am one, right? I am one. Look at the lobbies, look at the messages that I have to deal with on my own, right? The negativity, the abuse, the everything. I love it. Makes me tough. It's character building, right? But then when I give it back, I get these little, no, you're not allowed to say that. I just call him a dolphin. No, you're not allowed to say that. Sheep, no. That's what I have to go through. But you guys can call me a anchor. Do you know what I'm saying? But, so I'm not arrogant. I'm actually a fun-loving. I'm fun. Heaps of fun. Loads of fun, right? But when I'm doing this, I am who you make me, right? I'm objective. I go into these things, poof. But as soon as you guys spark up, I'll double spark up, right? And it's tiring, right? I finish all of the messages, I'm just getting to the, and ding, ding, 2 more comments, like, fucking hell. And I've got this thing where I have to go for it, so I answer them, ding, ding, and I'm explaining it, because there's no point in me ignoring the messages. I want you to know what I'm thinking. right? I'm not the enemy. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go and have a look at this laser picture again, and I'm going to explain. There is only one way to look at this. Again, look, I don't know why I'm wired this way. It's because I've got a logical mind. It just goes doo-doo-doo. I'm not joking. I say that and everybody's like, jokes come out. You think you're this, you think, I'm fucking telling the truth, innit? Right, here we go. You ready? And we're off ski. Right, what we have here is a picture, a photograph that shouldn't exist because it's impossible. Now, there's quite a bit going on in this, not in the picture, in the background with people that I don't know. I've had, and by the way, that thing where I say no, that qualifications don't guarantee either correct knowledge or common sense. I mean that, right? But not on a personal level. I don't mean it personally. There are people out there that don't have the qualifications and are smart as hell, right? But there are people who have loads of them and they still think that the Egyptians carved the equivalent weight of 65 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers out of a quarry with copper hand tools. No, they didn't. It's impossible. So when people with the qualifications come up with stuff like that, I kind of lose a bit of respect. I don't believe in them personally, right? But I'm not saying it on a personal level. But when somebody sparks up first and says, well, my 2 physics degrees and my this and that says that you're wrong, then it's game on, all right? Because it doesn't mean a thing, all right? I never bring up my qualifications, do I? No, I'm going to now. I've got a Spanish O-level. And sitting guilds in engineering, vehicle mechanic in the British Army. That's all I've got. Don't need anything else. I've got common sense. Right, guys. What we have here are claims, right? Of a laser bouncing up, no, 2 lasers bouncing up to a moon orbiter, right? There and there. Now, to work this out properly, right? There is only one way. See, it just takes a second. There is only one way you can work this out, right? You have to do the laser that you can see first. Forget the other one. What's confusing a lot of people is they're seeing the laser there, so they're convinced that it belongs there. It doesn't belong there, all right? Now, first of all, this laser light, this framework, right, would be at the horizontal, okay? So this laser light, so that would be a right angle, that and that, right, would be a right angle and sit like that. And that laser is coming out at 45 degrees, right? It give or take a degree, it's not about that, right? It doesn't matter if it's 42, 42. What we're saying is, this is a right angle. So this would be at the horizontal, because it's the angle the picture's taken at, on purpose, I will add. And then it's perfect, because you've got a right angle. And then this laser has split that right angle, nearly in half, right? So it's shooting up at the lunar lander at an angle of 45 degrees, right? It can't be argued with, right? This is at an angle, it should be like this, and then a right angle becomes a right angle, and that is shooting up at 45 degrees. See, that, it takes, I don't know, half of a second to work that bit out, right? This is how, I'm just saying. So now we know that it's going to an orbiter because it says both beams shown coming from two different lasers are pointed at NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which is orbiting the moon. Okay, right. So straight away, we have got a facility. Right, we're not doing the angle now. We've got it straight. We've got a facility. Right. And there's your little railings, and there's your right angle, and it's shooting a green laser at an angle of 45 degrees, right? 44, 46, right? Somebody says, that isn't 45. See, this is what people like. This is what gets me going, right? Sometimes it matters, and sometimes it doesn't matter, right? And this one, it doesn't really matter. Well, it kind of does, but, right. Facility, right angle, laser to an orbiter, right? Now, straight away, if the end of that laser is hitting an orbiter, we know that the moon is on average 380,000 kilometers away. So, we can just say 380,000. It doesn't matter if it's 360, 370, 390, even 400, right? That part of it doesn't matter. So here's the orbiter. It's not up there, right? Here's the orbiter, and then the moon's here, right? And it's just going around, right? Now, that laser from here to here, where they say it's hitting, is approximately 380,000 kilometers in length, right? Let's put 380 kilometers. It has to be. It's going from Earth to something that's orbiting the moon, right? And Neil and that lot, when they allegedly orbited the moon, were doing it, what was it, 112 miles? I think it was. Ooh, have to go back to that one. It didn't happen, but it's good to know the fantasy side of it all. Right. So we've got 380, we know, it's a fact, right? We've got a 45-degree angle, and it's 380,000 kilometers to the moon. So, when we go back to this, straight away, right? This is what's confusing people. You really think that green laser should be there, but it shouldn't. The other one is impossible as well, to tell you the truth, right? I'll tell you why in a minute. So we know that this, from here to here, it might as well be hitting the moon. It's hitting a lunar orbiter, okay? Now, this one here, the other laser on the left, they're saying that it's coming from Earth. But it's impossible to come from Earth. First of all, if it was coming from Earth, it too would have a length of 380,000 kilometers to reach the moon, wouldn't it? And now look at the angle of it. A lot of people keep saying, no, but you look at it from a different perspective. No, we're not. We only have one picture, and it is clearly shooting a laser at an angle of 45 degrees, right? So that means that is 380,000 kilometers away, right? So for this thing, I know what people think. They think, like, you could be here. Oh, it's only a couple hundred meters away, the other facility. So it doesn't work like that. That moon is 380,000 kilometers away, okay? This freaking other laser has got to be approximately 380,000 kilometers, right? If it was coming back anywhere near here, it would be like this. Like that. Or, yeah, no, it would, even if it was like this, it couldn't be. It cannot come straight down, because that moon we've only got a diameter of 12,742. It's out yonder, right? It's too far away. So when you then see this laser, and you know that the end of that has to be 380,000 kilometers away, right? Right there, you've got this angle that's not going away. There is no other perspective to look at this from. That laser is reaching the moon. That means that this laser down here, right, has to be 380,000 kilometers long. Doesn't matter where on Earth it would be, give or take a few Ks. So, look, where does it go? It's this image. It's impossible. It's a fake. Whenever I've said that's bullshit, it is bullshit. I don't know what else to say. Go through all of my stuff. It's all there, right? And anything I've slam dunked, I'm still yet to have one thrown back in my face. So that is why this image is impossible. It is because that is firing at 45 degrees. And if it's firing at 45 degrees, it's going 380,000 kilometers. That is a long way, right? And it's going away from Earth. This laser should not be there. If this really was a laser, right, it would be 570,000 kilometers away. I used the Pythagorean theorem to work out a right angle, but this is clearly just over a right angle, so it'd be further away. And something else, peeps, right? Something else. Look at these lasers. Do you really think you'd see it all the way to the Moon Orbiter? And that one? Do you really think you're going to see two lasers join at the moon and they're both bouncing off of an orbiter? It isn't. And there is no sun, no Parker solar probe orbiting close to the sun. Slam dunk. They did not knock an asteroid, of course. Slam dunk. Look, I could do this all day, right? I've got my slam dunks and I've got my maybe, possibly, could be's. But we've been on a different journey. My journey has been one of, they definitely did not go in 1969. So my last few decades have taken different turns, because you know, if the first one didn't go, the second one didn't go, the second one didn't go, and so on. And I know the first one didn't go. Anyway, look, I don't even know what's going to happen with this now, because why are my posts being allowed all of a sudden? Maybe somebody's had enough of the bullshit and they think that, I don't know. Anyway, that is why, in a nutshell. You need to forget this laser. You don't know where it's going. It could be anywhere. So you have to leave that until you've sorted all of this out. And then you add it and see where it fits, and it doesn't fit anywhere, guys. Okay? It really doesn't. This would be horizontal. That and that form the right angle on the horizontal, basically like that. And then that green laser is splitting that 90-degree angle, so it would go up like that. Right? And that moon is on average 380,000 kilometers away. So that means that distance from here to there is 380,000 kilometers. So that laser, whether we like it or not, is also traveling 380,000 kilometers. Don't start saying, oh yeah, but what if we look at it from a different perspective? You only have one. This is this relativity thing, right? Oh no, yeah, but relative to it, we have one image. You work with the one image. We don't throw hypothetical different angles in, all right? You need to stop doing that as well. I'm going to stop throwing people off the bus. All right, guys, have a great day. Let's hope this one makes it. I wish somebody would just drop me an email and tell me what's going on. If I cut my hair properly. Alright guys, laters.